Okay, so hopefully now, if you've done these 2 videos in succession, if you've watched them in succession, hopefully now you're feeling quite relaxed. It doesn't matter, you don't have to watch them in succession, because this is something that you can do alone. This isn't necessarily a guided meditation. It's really an explanation of how to use certain imagery and techniques to make more meaningful connections. So, once you've done your grounding exercise, and you could complete that exercise by having the cords wrapped around a boulder or a crystal or something of that nature, depending on how much grounding you feel you need. Okay, so it's all imagery. It's all about intention. Don't get hung up on, oh, I didn't send my cords deep enough, or oh, I didn't wrap it around the boulder tightly enough, or oh, my cords are just down there dangling. Don't worry about that. You've set up this beautiful divine space. You are taking responsibility. You've asked for angelic assistance, and you've used the most powerful tool you have right now in this space, this peaceful space, your imagination, to ask for what you want. Okay? They will meet you halfway. It's people sometimes get very hung up about, oh, I was left wide open, oh, I had this going on, I had that going on, it was left me all vulnerable. There are times when you do all of the stuff, all of the closing down, all of the stuff that you're supposed to do. Us intuitives and healers, we know all the stuff we're supposed to do. And there are times when you do all of that stuff, and something that you see or someone you come across or something will just open you up like that in a second. So please don't get hung up on it. Just know that if you're in divine space and you've begun your day like that, and you keep coming back to that space, and you know how to ask for help in an empowered way, it's going to be taken care of. This is a learning process. It's not a punishment, and it's not something to get freaked out about because you've been through the worst now. Okay, so it's all good. It's all very, very good. So the other thing that you can do, we've already invoked the divine presence. We've grounded. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can attune to the highest. You can attune to the divine creator, whether you call it God, whether you call it source, whatever. In a sense, you've already done that by inviting your higher self, your 5th dimensional consciousness, to come in. And yet, just when you think you know the whole story, there's more and there's more and there's more. So just attune to love, light, consciousness, and to a complete divine connection. And then just begin to get a sense of a crowd of angels standing around you. Okay, a crowd of angelic beings of loving light. And again, this is about intention, so be very clear that that's what they are and that's their purpose. Only angelic beings of the highest communication, of the purest love and light. Please come into this space now and allow me to teach a little bit more about what you are, what you'd like to transmit at this time, and why you're here, the journey, the purpose, the mission, and how we can work together. Okay, so I already have an idea of what I'm going to demonstrate. It's an exercise that I've actually, I think I talked a group of people through it just as a brief explanation on an interview a long time ago. It was just audio, and I didn't really get to explain it in a great deal of detail, so that's what I'm going to do now. So we've done all our grounding, attuning, and we're going to ask those angelic beings of love and light to surround us completely in their protection, in the kind of protection that keeps out anything that's unhelpful. Okay, so, but really we're just focusing on the highest, and that's, as we said before, that's our true protection, our intention. What I'm going to do now is, I want to encourage you to start to experiment with knowing what the angels feel like, the different qualities of angels and guides that you have. And if you're doing this with guides, you ask for the highest communication from guides who work within the loving light. Okay, always say that, with the highest intentions for you personally and for human consciousness. So I'm going to just try this with a couple of angels first of all. And I'm going to say, while I'm in this lovely receptive state, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, he who is like God, divine protector, leader of the light worker army. Dear friend, please come close to me now and allow me to feel your presence. Allow me to have a sense in my physical being of what your presence feels like, of how I can know when you're near. Okay, and yeah, he gives me the same signal every time at the moment, and it's always warmth and throbbing in my hands. And I understand from that he's going to be helping me with my healing work. And I also feel quite strongly that I'm getting a little bit of a nudge in that direction, because I haven't really been doing it seriously yet. I have spent, I think the last 20 years or so in training. And now it's time to really do it. I mean, I have given treatments, I do give treatments. I haven't really, you know, gotten going yet properly with it. So I completely understand that. I thank you, I appreciate that. So the reason that we do this is we want to separate them. We want to be able to sense each energy individually so that we can begin to recognize them as characters, as beings, if you like. And this is what they're saying. They want a much more dynamic communication with us now. They want us really to allow them to come closer and to begin a dialogue, to have a communication. It's not just for those of us who've worked on developing and who are, you know, bringing through that consciousness. They are here for all of us. They are here for all of us to receive our own divine wisdom and messages. They are a part and parcel of the whole divine cornucopia. I can't believe I just said that. I said cornucopia. Okay, right. So thank you, Michael. That's really, really, really lovely. So I can just feel his energy moving away a little bit. I've also got a tremendous flash of heat going up and down my back, and that I feel quite often when he's around. So he's not quite ready to go yet. Thank you for that. Yes, I'll tell them. Okay, so wants me to basically remind you that that is quite a trademark Michael indication. So those flashes of heat that you're getting quite often, that's him. And when you don't think you're getting protection, or you think that you're on your own, or whatever, I don't know, you are not alone. You are not alone. He is very, very busy at the moment. Okay, it's the heat's getting stronger and stronger and stronger at the moment. And I want you to experiment with that in your own time. I also want you to, if you haven't done this already, if you're not aware of the angels and the angelic realm, have a look at some books and get just some names. This is a great thing. I used to love to do this. Just get some names of angels and just write the name down so you'd remember it. Go into this meditational state and just ask, just call that being forward. By the way, I like the repetition of saying a name 3 times, because when you say a name 3 times, it's such a powerful invocation. That being must be there. And all the bits and pieces I added, they're just my bits and pieces. You can say whatever you like, just so long as it's clarifying. It's this Archangel Michael, it's Archangel Michael, and no one else that I'm asking for. So, yes, but what I really used to love to do is to get a name of an angel, an archangel, start with the archangels first, it's easier, from a book, and just call them and ask them to come close and to give me a sense of who they were and what they are about. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video now. I'm going to carry on the next one, so please join me there.